Anyone? Excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. The problem. Hello, everyone, am I audible? Can anyone reply, please?
Yeah, I can.
नवाज बिल्कुल न रहे
زمان तरफ څنګه आवाज ناراضي یار عجیبه خبره ده یار
یو کارو که زه دوباره بیا ان کېږم ښه
ته دوباره انشا Hello, everyone, am I audible? Can anyone reply, please?
Yes, we hear you.
Yes, we
Yeah.
can hear you.
I can.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. I think it's the problem from the in-person room. The
Hello, good morning. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Is it okay now? Dr. Ahmed?
Yeah. Yes, normally it's totally fine working, but huh? No, even in my computer there is no sound. Like even if I remove this one, still no sound. If we remove the audio system, still there is no sound from them. Sorry? Yeah, suppose their sound is here. Correct, correct. Shakir, can you try again, please? Doctor?
Is it okay now?
So he's speaking now, but there's no sound.
Is it okay now? Maybe there is an issue in your setting.
I remove my external camera system. I thought maybe it's because of that it's still not working. What could be the reason? Our sounds too.
Sorry, everyone. There is an issue, a technical issue for the Zoom connection. So please just wait for a while. We are fixing the issue and coming soon to the session. Hello, is it okay now?
Yes, very good.
Okay, good, good. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry for the interruptions and the delay.
Okay, it's good. So, should we wait a couple of more minutes for the uh, in-person participants?
Doctor, is this sound is enough or we need to connect with the audio system? But I think it's enough. It's not good, right? Slow.
Uh, Dr. Ahmed, can you please tell us the room number and the floor number? Some participants, I think, are waiting outside and they can't find the room.
We have a 3 participants arrived. You're supposed to welcome them.
Yeah, I think the fourth one is arriving in maybe difficult to find the venue location.
Hi, please. Volume is okay. Volume is okay. Now let me fix the camera. Okay. Okay. Doctor, you may proceed now.
So all the participants arrived in the room.
Yes, the participants are here and you may proceed with your opening speech, please.
Okay, thank you. Just please wait a while. So I hope the system is working. Also, the session is live on YouTube. And good morning, everyone. Sorry for the interruption, a technical issue in the Zoom. I am Dr. Shakir. Welcome all. It's a great pleasure to welcome you all to the International Conference on Economics, Business, Tourism, and Social Sciences. The conference is organized by International Institute of Academic Research and Publication in collaboration with Globento. And as I see the program schedule and the proceedings in front of me, we are fortunate to have such a distinguished group of participants, including many faculty members, students, and other scholars and listeners who will contribute to the vibrant discussion in this session. And I welcome Dr. Mushtaq Ahmed. He will serve as a session chair. in this conference, and together with other reviewers, we will assess all the live presentation, and based on the evaluation, the best papers and presentation will get awards in the form of certificates, excellence certificates. And here I'm explaining the assessment criteria that is quite straightforward. We need to see the quality of the paper's contents. We need to see the presentation skills, how you manage the time to present your paper, and how you engage the audiences, and how you offer your constructive feedbacks to other presenters. I trust that all the participants have already received the program schedule we already sent on email, and the additional instructions for this session. And please note that each participant, each presenter need to manage her presentation within 10 minutes, and we will have 2 to 3 minutes for each participants for the question and answer. And after the presentation, every participant can participate in the question and answer session. And for those who already submitted their pre-recorded presentation, they do not need to play it here live on Zoom, but if their institutes need them to present it here live on Zoom, or they want to play it on the Zoom live, they can come to play it based on the program schedule. And yes, we some of the presenter already sent these pre-recorded presentations, and we uploaded it to our YouTube channel. Later, I will share the YouTube link to the presentation. You can see it in the chat box after the conference. Yeah. So that's all from my side, but I think I need to have a short presentation regarding this organization, and for this purpose, I will share my screen. Let me see, where is my screen? Where is my presentation? I'm searching for the introductory presentation. Let me check. Is it visible to everyone? Hello?
Yes, doctor, it's very clear.
Okay, good. Let me check. Okay, so this is IIARP, International Institute of Academic Research and Publication, which is a dynamic conglomeration of academia and professional dedicated to promote research and innovation, making a significant global impact. Our primary objective is to unite researchers and professionals from around the world, fostering an intellectual development and facilitating opportunities for networking and collaboration, which is very important, I think, for every scholar. And or this organization actively engage in various academic activities, including but not limited to networking events, meetings, conferences, workshops, and many other research projects. Additionally, we are committed to publish a cutting-edge research publication in different peer-reviewed journal, recognizing outstanding achievements through academic awards and scholarships. All these information you can see on our website, www.iiarp.org. These are some of our associates. You can visit our website to explore more about our different associates. And what basically we do, we are connecting with the global community of researchers, scholars, and industry experts for the networking purpose. That's very important, as I said, for every scholar. And we are involved in national and international conferences around the world. We are promoting research publication in different peer-reviewed journals, including Scopus and ESCI and different good databases. So IARP, this organization is a renowned organization which is dedicated to foster global scientific and academic collaboration with the rich history of organizing international conferences. And IARP, as you know, that has made a significant contribution to different fields of studies. Our extensive network spans across numerous cities in different countries, including South Asia, such as Bangladesh, also other countries, Egypt, Indonesia, Japan, Malaysia, Nepal, Nigeria, Philippines, Russia, Singapore, Sri Lanka, Thailand, UAE, USA, and many more countries. So here the participants having a lot of opportunities, which include their abstracts, such as their only abstracts or extending abstracts will be published in a conference abstracts proceeding book with a DOI number. You can also choose to publish your paper in a peer-reviewed journal indexed in Google Scholar and Douge and many other good databases. You can also choose to publish your manuscript in Scopus and Web of Science Index journals. Later for this, you can contact. I will share our contact number and email. You can contact for choosing to publish your paper in all these different options journals. And we also provide a comprehensive publication support for the scholars, especially for the beginners who do not know how to prepare their manuscripts and different associated documents for the journals. So we will provide that support, including the editing support. So you can come to contact later. I will share the contact detail. So these are some of the requirements. I will not go into detail what are needed for your manuscript to be submitted for to the different journals. These things will be shared our dedicated publication team later. I will share the contact. You can come to contact our team and they will guide you step by step what need to be prepared, how your manuscript need to look like, what are the basic requirements. These things will be shared later by our publication team. These are some of the examples. What did we publish in different journals, especially in Scopus Q1 and Web of Science, different journals. These are some of the examples recently published for our conference participants. These are some of the glimpses from the past conferences, in-person and online conferences as well. And I need to mention that in order to be environmental friendly, we will just send the soft copies of the proceedings. Of course, for the in-person participant in the conference room, they will receive the certificates, including the excellence certificates and the hard form. But for as per the proceedings, we will send it after the session to your email and to the online participant as well, their certificates to their email. So that's all from my side, and let's go to the conference room to hear from Dr. Ahmed. And
Thank you very much, Doctor, for your comprehensive presentation over the IIRF and then explanations from the previous conference organization, as well as the publication, giving the opportunities to the participants to share their knowledges. And as well, you clearly mentioned that we are not going to provide the hard copies of the conference proceeding, but all the soft copy they can request, or soft copy of the conference proceeding will be sent to them. So, and at the same time, those who wanted to request, especially for their payment original receipts, will be also sent in the soft form. So it's a very comprehensive explanations over our programs. And now we would like to proceed with our further session. So from me, I would like to start with the physical and room presentation and inviting Dr. A. McKinney, and he will be presenting the paper title, first paper, a correlation between the physical properties and the mechanical performance of eco-friendly for hydraulic structure. So I will be sharing the presentation with the participants. Let me share with them online. Screen. Is it share right? Is it visible to everyone?
Yes, 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 please go ahead.
Please, doctor, you may proceed. Where is your slides?
Good morning, everyone. I will present our research entitled Correlation between physical property and mechanical performance of eco materials for hydraulic structures. This work in laboratory eco-materials innovation application and the Department of Civil Engineering Hydraulic Bishar. Authors, my name is Makani Abdulkadir, professor at Tahir Ahmed Bishar. Next, please. My research and academic at Tahir Mohammed Bishar. Faculty of Technology, active member of Laboratory Eco-Material Innovation and Application. My research interested in the formulation, long-term deformation of high-speed performance concrete, self-compacted concrete, and arid environmental development and concrete construction technology. The presentation plan organized in 7 points: introduction, intellectual review, objective, methodology, result and discussion, conclusion, and finally reference bibliography. Introduction.
Sorry, your slides are not moving. We can still see just the first slide. Can you please just simultaneously, yes, show us each slide? Thank you.
It's okay now?
Yeah, it's good now.
The construction index and subject eco materials such as recycled aggregates, green sand, waste fiber to reduce carbon emission. However, these materials are critical infrastructure and hydraulic engineering. The question is can detect structural performance of eco materials using only physical property.
Surely, yes.
These slides show compare on natural aggregates and recycled aggregates. We can show recycled aggregates lower than natural aggregates and level water absorption. Here comparative between normal fiber and waste fiber. Then the advantage of the recycled aggregates reduce concrete construction waste and preserve natural resource, lower materials transport performance completing and high performance and water refills power. Advantage of waste fibers. Improve local fender deal sand, minimal extraction and transpiration, promotes the use local research in eco-friendly building practice. Objective main research objective, you have optimization structure for arid zone and hydraulic structure, rheology control and workability, validation of predictive physical mechanical operation, environmental valorization of eco materials. Methodology, we have three materials. Recycled aggregates, waste fiber, and dune sand. We have 10 mixed D-type for materials construction. The first control construction. The second aggregate replacement, the three cement replacement mixtures. The mechanical and non-destructive testing on concrete, we have three tests, and according the standard European verification. Physical characterization method, we have three picnometry for the density determination, vacuum saturation for open porosity, water immersion test for water absorption capacity. Results, the figure show best correlation, positive correlation between density and performance mechanics. We have a negative correlation between porosity and mechanical performance. We have negative water absorption and mechanical performance. To conclude, a strong correlation was identified between mechanical performance and three physical characteristics: material density, effective porosity, water absorption, and promotes the use sustainable materials in hydraulic engineering, durable, environmentally friendly, improved performance under wet arid condition. Next, please. Here.
That's okay. Thank you.
Here reference. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Doctor, for your very good presentation. I would go to the audience if they have any question for this presentation. From the audience side, any question for this presentation, please? Any question? Doctor, I have a few questions for you. First of all, why did you choose the European standard compared to ASTM or AASHTO standard?
ESTM?
Like in your presentation, you've been mentioned that you are using the European standard, EN standard for the unconfined compressive strength and the tensile strength to the correlate all these mechanical properties of the concrete. So why did you choose the European standard or ASTM, American standard for the concrete? Because more commonly in engineering and more specifically in the concrete engineering, globally, the most recommended is the ASTM standard. So my question is, why did you choose the European standard?
European standard, it's very fit in our country.
You mean in your country, so more probably you are using the European standard, not the American standard.
Yes.
That is one of the reason. My second question is like your whole presentation is based on the correlations of the eco-friendly material. Could you just define in one line what is your mean by the eco-friendly material, and how did you achieve what I have seen your material? Okay, you've been replacing either aggregate with the eco-friendly material, you are replacing the sand, you are replacing the cement. What exactly you are replacing, and what is your percentage of replacement? Are you using any tree fibers? Are you using what kind of the waste fiber you are using to replace cement or concrete? So like how did you achieving your eco-friendly material?
Eco-friendly materials, we have various percentage. For example, recycled aggregates, 25, 50%, 100.
100% you have replaced the aggregate with?
Yes.
With?
And waste fiber, 1%.
What kind of fiber, sir?
Fiber.
We have variety of fibers, right? So what kind of fibers you are replacing, sir?
Fiber in pure.
Thank you very much for your very interesting presentation. This is a very interesting topic where we've been replacing fiber material to each other. We've been adding the fiber material to achieve the eco-friendly material in the concrete industry. This is one of the new innovative topic we've been discussing. Thank you for your very interesting work, sir. Now I would be recording our second physical room presentation, and the topic will be finite element analysis of sustainable composite material for agricultural structure. So Dr. Bakir, please. Bakir? Bakir. Okay, so here's the presentation. Please. Let me share with them at online.
One request, please, when if you can like scroll down the slides simultaneously, that will be better for the other participants to see
Yes, but
the
we are
contents.
trying. Actually, I don't know. There is some issue. Okay, it's visible to everyone,
Yeah, it's good now.
and now it's scrolling.
Yeah,
Just to
yeah.
test. Okay, please, doctor, you may proceed.
Good morning, everyone. I will present for you my paper is finished elements analysis for stress blood composite materials, agricultural structures, relating carbon epoxy, laminates, and the bending laws for green technology application.
That's the problem when we move here, not moving there. Please start with this.
As the agriculture sector shifts towards smart farming, there is a critical demand for lightweight durable infrastructure. Carbon fiber reinforced polymers are ideal because they offer exceptionally strength at a fraction of the weight, destructively reducing transport emission. However, designed with composites complex. Underbanding, the most common stress in structural components, these materials suffer from surface matrix cracking and delamination. The major problem traditional analytical model like the classical laminate theory, critical failed to predict the complex 3D stress states into anisotropic plates. Objective to bridge this gap, or main objective was to develop a robust finite element model to evaluate how changing the angle of the internal carbon fibers affects stress distribution, while previous literature has explored dynamic and terminal response, or symmetric numerical quantitative of how symmetric lives, metates, picture, stress remain largely unexplored. Methodology.
You want to skip these slides?
In methodology,
This is a methodology.
the elements found why finite elements or powerful numerical and system of composites overcome the inherent limits of the classical plate theories, model parameters, and extract outputs. We modeled for stack structure sequence applied control down displacement of 5 at 20 millimeters. We have the model, the geometry dimensional. Out of the materials properties, we choose carbon epoxy, composite type, high performance and directional carbon, reinforcement suspended with an epoxy polyester matrix, have proportion ratio 2.34, and since application, there is some contacts between the 150 Pascal, longitudinal stiffness fiber dominate and 90 gigapascal, transverse stiffness is heavy orthotropy, deeply influencing how load elevator propagates through the plate. The fiber orientation and the stacking sequence. We have Baseline sequence and the alternative A, B, and the optimal symmetry of orientation of the plan. We have the numerical study in our cell, load application and contact condition limits. Basically, frictional response and linear scaling. Our Baseline live showed a perfect linear stress escalation, validation our model up to, but the breakdown comes from live optimization and as seen in this diagnostic table, simply using the exact same place into optimal symmetric specifically. And associated 65 reduction in peak von Mises stress compared to the baseline. In discussion, why does the specific sequence get perfect mathematical symmetry activity cancelled out and desirable banding share coupling instead of concentrating stress at the free edge and the mid plane where catastrophic delamination usually starts? Is quasi-isotropic enhancement diffuse the frictional energy homogeneously across the interlaminate thickness? In conclusion, and this brings us back to our overshake dam susceptible by dropping peak stress by 65% without adding a single gram of mass. We effectively increase the frictional safety factor by nearly 3 times. This means engineers can now use significantly lighter laminates for greenhouse and farming facilities. Fewer price mean low manufacturing cost, less toxic resin usage, and a smaller carbon footprint moving forward. Our lab will integrate processive damage mechanic and hygrothermal coupling to simulate real-world humidity and temperature aging. Thank you for your time. I am happy to answer any questions.
Thank you very much for your presentation. It's a very interesting work you have done by using the finite element analysis. Any question from the audience? Any question from the audience for this presentation?
You go first, doctor, if you have question.
Sir, what software you have used for the finite element analysis? Like, what specifically software you have used, ANSYS or Abaqus? You used Abaqus because then your methodology you did not mention, so it get my attention. What program you use? Second, my question, because like you working on the carbon epoxy, by how you validate, because you have done your simulation, you've done your numerical analysis, but in the practically experimentally, how you validate your outcome, as you mentioned, 65% reduction.
We haven't materials for experimental.
Okay.
We haven't.
So you haven't done yet.
Not yet.
So how you
We have
how you verified and validate your outcomes?
our other articles.
I mean, not in this paper. This is specifically working on the simulation, and then you have another work for the experimental, but you haven't conduct experiment.
We have glass CFRP.
No, no, my question is just to like when you are working in the simulation part and the numerical analysis, either you do the validation between the numerical analysis with the simulation to validate, or you done with experimental work with validation. You have a three analysis: simulation, numerical, with experiment. So now you have done the validation between the numerical and simulation, or with the experimental work as well.
Simulation experiment.
Simulation and experiment, but you
Of
haven't
other article.
other article, but you already have come to the conclusion that it's 65% reduce.
Yes.
That's very like very good achievement. As I see your result and the previous slides, it's a very good result. That's
Yes.
why I'm interested to know 65 reduction abruptly from the, like in the previous slide, they mentioned the load from 3,000 and drastically dropped to 1,200. Am I correct, right?
Carbon epoxy is very important.
How about the fiberglass? Let's suppose you are,
It's carbon.
I know it's a carbon epoxy, but if we replace with a carbon glass,
Yeah. Yes.
have you think about it?
Glass.
Fiberglass, carbon glass. Glass,
Glass fiber.
yes.
I have other articles for glass fiber. like,
Polymerization?
Hmm?
Polymerization?
Yes.
I mean, have you think about by adding the polymerization to doing the
Naturally.
carbon epoxy plus polymerization? You will get outstanding result. You will get outstanding result. I have similar experience with this structure, that's why. Thank you very much, sir. It's very, very interesting work. Now I would request, I think that's my way, better we go to the one presentation from the Zoom as well, and then we take another presentation from the physical book. I hope that would be fine. So I'm inviting from the Zoom, if we have a Dr. Ahmed, we will give you next turn. Do we
Okay,
have
so the next one you want to take 584?
584, correct? Yes, that's from the Zoom meeting. If the Professor Ahmed Al Hayyan is available from the Kuwait, preliminary expert evidence of the AI IT readiness. Do we have a Dr. Ahmed from the Zoom meeting?
Paper ID 584, is it available?
Or we go to the Sweetie Sadrat Thakur, social media motivation.
599, yes. 599.
Yeah, I can see she is live.
Yes, yes, I am available.
Okay, please, you can share your slide with us.
Yes, give me a minute, I'll share my screen.
You are not able to share your screen?
I'm able to hear. Can you hear me?
Yes, I mean, can you share your screen?
Yeah, I will just share my screen. Give me a minute.
Okay.
My screen is visible?
Yeah, good. That's good.
Okay, should I start my presentation?
Yes, please.
Yeah. So very good morning, everybody. I'm Sweetie Thakur from Vishwakarma University, Pune, India. I'm presenting my research paper titled Social Media Motivations, Usage Patterns and Behavioral Outcomes Among Generation Z from Pune City, India. Generation Z, now something about me. As I told you about my association with Vishwakarma University, I have completed my 10 years in academics. I have been working at different portfolios, even plus along with assistant professor, I work as a deputy director for academic administration. I even work as a deputy director for Sustainability Nexus, which is a center which dedicatedly work for sustainability things at university. I'm a faculty mentor for Entrepreneurship Development Cell. I'm pursuing PhD in marketing. My research interest areas lies along consumer behavior, digital marketing, social media, sustainability. I have published a few Scopus papers and even edited a book with ISSN number. Coming back to my paper, the abstract revolves around how Generation Z are, as we know, they are digital natives. They are smart. They have grown up in the smart world, and how social media is used for entertainment, social interaction, information sharing, and self-expression. My study tries to examine the relationship between social media motivation, usage pattern, and behavioral outcomes. The whole study revolves around 156 Generation Z respondents from Pune city. The tools which can be seen on the screen have been used for the analysis. Let's go and start with the introduction about my topic. Now, who are the Generation Z? According to the authors which are mentioned on the screen, are the individuals which are born approximately between 1997 and 2012, and they have grown in a fully digital environment. They have got the constant exposure of internet, smartphones, and social media. Generation Z spends significant amount of time on social media platforms, and it's been cited by in the papers by the authors which are seen on the screen. Social media has become a part of our daily communication. And Pune, a city in India, is known as Oxford of the East, and it has the most Generation Z student population. Now, when we try and understand about social media usage and its linkage to the behavioral pattern, it has and it influences sleep patterns, productivity, lifestyle, economic performances. The study is based on usage and gratification theory, which has been repeatedly used by many authors in their own study, even though it was launched long back, but still it has been very much viable even today, and we can see its importance today itself. About my research gap and problem statement, after the literature review, following gaps were seen that most of the studies focuses on the problematic issues and mental health issues because of social media. There are very limited study which are considering what is the motivation behind using social media, what is the usage patterns, and ultimately what is the effect on behavior. There is a limited evidence, especially from the Indian context and more specifically from Pune. The problem statement goes, there is a need to understand how motivation and usage patterns of social media affect the behavior of Generation Z students. Following are my objectives, hypothesis, and my research design methodology. There are 4 objectives of my study: to identify the motivation behind social media use among Generation Z students, to explore patterns of social media usage among Gen Z students, to analyze the relationship between motivation, usage patterns, and behavioral outcomes, and to determine the predictive influence of motivation and usage patterns on behavioral outcomes. 3 hypotheses I have tested. Social media motivations are significantly associated with social media usage patterns among Gen Z. Social media usage patterns are significantly associated with behavioral outcome among Generation Z. And social media motivations and usage patterns significantly predict behavioral outcomes among Generation Z. My research design is quantitative. The instrument that I had used is a structured questionnaire. Sample size were 156 respondents. Reliability test shows that all the 3 variables, that is social media usage, social media motivation, and behavioral outcomes, have present the constructs have strong internal consistency, hence the reliability is being tested. Analysis of data has been done through descriptive statistics, Pearson correlation, multiple regression, linear regression, and an independent sample t-test was also done. Now let's see about the data analysis. As I've already mentioned, my responses by 156. Now, after analyzing my all data, it was seen that the mean of social media usage was around 2.43, which was moderate, and which shows that the students engage regularly but not excessively. And the standard deviation, that is 0.655, shows low variations. Hence, there's a similar usage patterns among the respondents. Now, there's motivation. In case of the motivation, the mean is 3.14, which is high. It shows there are strong psychological drivers such as entertainment, social interaction, and self-expression. And when the SD is 0.75, tells us that Gen Z is highly driven to the social media, even if the usage levels are moderate. Behavioral outcomes mean is 2.84 and SD is 0.733, which is moderate. Social media influences areas like sleep, productivity, and lifestyle, but not at extreme levels. This suggests a noticeable but a controllable impact. Now, let's come to the correlation. When I was understanding the relation between motivation and usage, the R value is 0.231, weak but significant. This is a weak but significant relationship, meaning motivation influences usage, but not very strongly. So being motivated does not always mean higher spending time on social media. Now, coming to the relationship between usage and behavior, it shows 0.395, which is moderate. There is a positive relationship between these two variables. Hence, usage increases leads to behavioral effects, like there may be changes in their sleeping patterns, productivity, and many other things. The third one, motivation and behavior, the R value is 4.29, which is the strongest in this study, indicating, and it's most influencing one, that why students are using social media rather than how much they are using. So this is very important point. We have to understand why they are using social media, and because time spending is seen that this can be controllable, but why they are spending the time on the social media. So motivation and then leads to the behavior. Then the multiple regression analysis was done. The R value, as you can see, that regression is 0.525 and R square is 0.26. This means that around 28%, that is 27.6%, that is around 28% of behavioral changes can be understood by the two factors. The remaining 72% may be influenced by other factors like personality, academic pressure, peer influence, mental health. The model significance value, that is F is equal to 29.176 and P is less than 0.001. This means overall regression model is statistically significant and reliable. The results are not happening by chance. Now for the predictors, we can see the beta value of motivation is 0.366 and usage beta value is 0.350. The P values of both the factors is less than 0.001. This means motivation and usage significantly affect behavioral outcomes. However, motivation has slightly higher beta value, so it is strong predictor. The reason why students are using social media have slightly stronger effect, and the behavior, the amount of time spent on it is bit less. As we can see in the t-test results, t-test was done for two groups: the students who took a break from social media and the students who did not take a break from the social media. After going for the independent t-test for these two variables, it was seen that there is no significant difference between users who took a break and those who did not take a break. And it does not affect on their behavioral outcomes. Social media impact is consistent across users, showing how deeply cemented in life. So it can be interpreted that social media is now part and parcel of our life. We're taking break or doesn't take a break. It is going to affect, it's going to be part and parcel of our life. So from all this analysis, all the three hypotheses have been accepted.
Please come to the conclusion.
Yes, yes. So lastly, I would like to tell about the discussion and the contribution. Yeah, it has social media uses affects productivity, sleep, distraction, and lifestyle. Motivations like entertainment, social bonding, and self-expression strongly influences behavior. This study has supported usage and gratification theory. Behavioral outcomes does not depend only on the time spent, but also reasons for the usage. This study has contributed theoretically as well as practically, because it is supporting the theories, and practical is used for educators, counselors, even we can go for encouraging digital literacy. Health brand can create authentic and engaging content for Gen Zs, and also very useful for mental health professionals. Lastly, I would like to say the limitation of my studies are as it is a cross-sectional design, and plus this self-reported data, so possibility of the bias, and it is limited only to the Gen Z. Of course, there's a future scope of this study. Conducted longitudinal studies, we can have the more, the scope can be increased, and we can use real-time or the digital tracking data as well. So that's it from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Sweti, for your very interesting presentation on the social media. motivation among the, and especially Gen Z candidates, Gen Z to. If any question from the audience, please, or I will go ahead then with my questions.
Okay, please you go ahead first.
So no question from the audience?
You first go ahead. I think if there is any question, they'll
Okay,
come up.
doctor, okay, doctor, please, first of all, can you tell me what specific social media you are discussing when you are doing your survey? Is it Facebook?
Social
Is it, TikTok?
Instagram.
Sorry?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to hear. It's the voice got break.
My question is about the what specific social media you were discussing. Like social media itself is the large. So you are discussing, you are talking about the TikTok,
Platforms.
Facebook, Instagram, or what others?
Okay, the social media platforms that I'm mainly discussing here is there are four major social media platforms like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and even according to
cover
one
all
of the
of them.
studies. Yeah,
So you
and
cover all
I've
of them.
mentioned in my paper, actual paper, and through one citation that even WhatsApp is now been included as a social media platform. So it has been included in my study.
So you cover all of them.
Yes, yes.
With a small sample size, you cover with the 156 sample size, you cover 4 different social media platforms. So how could it justify? Secondly, let's suppose there is a one generation Z, he is spending more time on the TikTok compared to the Facebook or others. So how you determine their motivation, how you determine their behavior, and another aspect which you are talking, the usage pattern.
Sir,
Is there any parameter to discuss, to any parameter you are measuring their
no, sir,
usage?
this was not included in my study. The parameters of usage
Okay,
of
so
one
when you are
single Instagram platform,
when you are
social media
designing
platform.
when you are designing your questionnaire, they could be adding questions. Let's suppose your audience could be able to tell you that, okay, suppose one participant, he is using Facebook for how many hours? Suppose he is using Facebook per day 2 hours. The other is using a TikTok for 6 hours. So that's how at least you have some measurement difference. Secondly,
Correct.
did you also come out, especially genders here in the genders, male and the female gender?
Yeah, that I have done. That I have the responses, sir, of genders. I'll just give you the just gist about it. Give me a minute.
Coming to the most important question, did you
Yeah,
able to come out for your research framework? Can I see your research framework, please?
Yes, sir.
And your Likert scale, what is the 2 to 3? So you are starting with 1 is the poor and the 2 is the like, and you
Strongly
mentioned
disagree to strongly agree.
1 to 5.
Five Likert scale is, sir. Well, I have a question here too, if you like to see.
Your motivation and the mean value is showing 2.3 something, as you mentioned, you're showing on the slide. So how could it be the strong and very significant when it's the mean value is below 3, even below 3?
Yeah, it is weak, sir. I have told it's weak, but significance, not negative. I understand it was weak, but it was yet it can be considered.
How we can be the significant?
Even though it is weak, but still it is showing there is bit of relationship between the two
That's why
factors.
you know the question. That's why I said this week with the significant is coming with the R value, as you mentioned, 0.231 is coming because you haven't determined, you haven't measured the people's usage pattern here. Someone is using Facebook for a long, someone is using the Instagram, whatever. There's a plenty of, so you haven't measured those social media patterns, usage patterns. So that's why you are like your results is showing your mean value is 2 point something. However, you still not determined how could be significant.
Correct. Means I have missed that point.
Okay, the most important, I need to really see your framework, please.
Yes, sir. Just I'll give you 2 minutes.
Did you use the right theory for your analysis? Did you choose the right theory?
Right?
theory, the theory of using the gratification of the
Sir,
theory you selected for the theory you selected for your study.
sir, I'm not getting your voice is breaking
He's
here.
asking,
That
he's
theory-
asking which theory did you use for your research?
Which?
And
No, she did mention the theory, but my question is, did she use the right theory?
the correct theory.
And how you validate your theory with your results?
The constructs are validated by reliability, validity, the Cronbach alpha.
Cronbach alpha, you didn't show us your results.
Sir, I have mentioned in my presentation. Give me a minute. I'm just sharing it my screen.
Okay, so due to the time shortage, I just want you to see the framework and then we go with the
Yeah,
next.
I am. You can see my screen, sir.
Yeah,
No.
it's visible.
I have mentioned in this slide about my research design, instrument, sample size, reliability test, and analysis of data.
Quite high. Okay, that's good. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I think you might don't have your framework, so all the best. It's a good work. Any other
Thank you,
question
sir, for
from
your
any
feedback. I'll
other
consider
audience?
this all the things. I think
Yeah,
I
I
missed
think
something.
these are very important questions for your paper, and you need to incorporate these comments in your paper, and it become good. I think that's
Actually,
Sure.
this kind of
Sure, I will be doing.
this kind of analysis not only sufficient if you go through only SPSS analysis and giving us the mean value, standard deviation, R values, and alpha, this one reliability. Okay, somehow that's fine. You're supposed to come up with your framework, and then we go for a structure equation is this one analysis. You're supposed to use PLS analysis, structure
Okay.
equation modeling. So you have
Okay.
to go for the advanced level. Nowadays, general won't accept your just SPSS analysis.
I will incorporate in mine. I'll surely do
Yeah.
that.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you so much for your inputs. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you. Okay, doctor, so we need to go ahead with the other presentations.
You can have one more from your Zoom meeting.
You want to take one more online?
Come to the 552. A comparative case study of the UK Malaysia e-commerce market.
552.
Dr.
Okay.
Salman.
Let me check.
Dr. Salman.
Dr. Salman. Let me check whether it's available or not. 552. Dr. Salman Kurgos. Evaluating
Comparative case study of the UK and Malaysia e-commerce industry.
Yeah, Dr. Salman, paper ID 552. Are you available?
I think no.
Dr. Salman, so I think
Then
he's not.
let me allow another presentation from the physical room. Hold on a second.
You can go back to Dr. Ahmad Hamidi, I think. Dr. Ahmed Hamidi. 595.
Coming to the 556, dynamic connectedness between the Thai sectoral stock index and global financial market. Dr. Chai Wan.
556.
Yeah, Dr. Yeah, she is here.
Yes, I'm available.
Okay, please go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you. Let me share my screen. Okay, I can share my screen now. Okay,
We
so
don't.
let's restart.
Yeah, it's good now. It's good. It's good.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chairman. For my presentation today, my topic about dynamic connectedness between Thai sectoral stock index and global financial markets. For the background of my study and my research is because the development of the intermarket stocks has an interconnected impact among potential assets at the global and regional levels, including competitiveness and investor attractiveness. For the rationale, the studying the intermarket interactions is crucial for the development of the country's stock market. To quantify the volatility transmit between different markets because it allows investors to perceive the shocks in one country, transmit to others, and introduce the approach of the scheme, how the interconnection of the portfolios. For Thailand, total market capitalization about is a $567 billion of the early 2026. So this is why we interested to studying the connectedness between the assets. Several studies apply time varying parameter vector autoregressive model to analyze the volatility connectedness. For example, DIET in the 2022 evidence a high interdependence among assets. For the six sector index of the Chinese stock market, crude oil, future price, and natural gas, it indicated the sharp increase on the total volatility spillover during the disaster. As well as Lu in the 2023 indicated a time varying for overall markets connectedness, not only between pairs of the stock market, but also foreign exchange market during the economic and financial crisis. For the purpose of the study, to quantify the return spillovers and shock of return spillover among 9 sectoral index in the Stock Exchange of Thailand. Also, we have another asset like World Index, MSCI Emerging Market Index, Thai Baht, between the exchange rate between Thai Baht and US dollars, Brent, crude oil, silver, and gold spot. And the second one, to investigate the shock spread through a network and investors are able to effectively diversify the portfolios via the time varying parameter vector autoregressive approach. For the data, we employ the daily return data of the World Index, Emerging Market Index, Brent, crude oil, gold and silver spot, and 9 major sectoral index in Thailand, including food and beverage, banking, finance and securities, petrochemicals and chemicals, property development, energy and utilities, commerce, tourism and leisure, and the last one is information and communication technologies. Is a totally 493 time series observations between 2024 and to 2026. This is the names of the variables, including the 15 variables. Okay, so we just find the returns of the index, and we find out that were the sectors including banking, ICT, another asset like the World Index, emerging market index, Brent crude oil, good, have a positive average daily return with the value ranging between 0.047 to 0.251. We applied TVP VAR model, so it's a vector autoregressive time varying parameter vector autoregressive model to evaluate the connectedness and spillover for the return and volatility across those assets. Okay, so this is the equation for the TVP VAR model. We regress the returns for the asset together with the returns of the other asset. Okay, the next one, so we just find the TVP VMA for the vector moving average, right, to generalize the connectedness. So next, I would like let Professor Chaiwat to present empirical results and the conclusion. Okay.
Um,
เดี๋ยวนะขอปิดก่อน
For the empirical result, we have the table T that report the return spillover among 15 series, and for the own return effects, the results show that the previous period are observed only in the ICT's sectoral index and ACI emerging market. Both are negative effect on the current period return, but for the silver return are positive effect by their own lag returns. Almost 15 variables that we use in the study, it's influenced by lag return of the MSCI World Index. That means the MSCI World Index affect to almost the market that we study. And for the positive spillover effect are observed in Thai sectoral return and the precious metal market. For the return spillover from the MSCI World Index, it is stronger to the MSCI Emerging Market Index and the silver return, and while the gold returns exhibit the weakest positive spillover effect. This finding suggests that investment decision in financial assets should take into account to the MSCI World Index return. Okay. Moreover, the result will limit even of the significant return spillover among Thai sectoral index. That means they have the weak intra-market sectoral interaction. The next table is table 4 that represent the transmission and reception of the shock among the return of the variable under the study. For the net directional connectedness, the finding find that the most
You have 2 more minutes, so please
Okay.
conclude. Thank you.
The most sector in Thailand act as the net transmitter of the return shock, and the last net receiver are Thai exchange rate, and we will let me check. So the next one is the average pairwise connectedness. The degree of shock transmission across the sector in Thai stock market is relatively high. Okay. In terms of the shock reception, the property development sector have the most strongest response to the innovation of the other variables, followed by the energy and utility sector and the commerce sector. These 3 sectors emerge as both largest and transmitter and receiver of shock. Okay. And that's all. For maybe we have the graph, but we just keep it because the graph will show that over time the each asset and receive or the transmit the shock to other market. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Audience, if any have any question for this presentation, please. Anyone has a question for this presentation?
Doctor, if you have question, you please go first.
I have a just simple question to ask them because you are determining or your data is based on the 2-year analysis, which 2024 and 26. Am I correct? Hello?
Yes.
However, 26, we are just in the first quarter. So like you collected the data for the first quarter from your stock market data or from where? What is your source of the data for 26?
We
And
just
even,
use
even related question, since the 26 started, we have some energy crisis globally. So how you see the energy crisis effects on the stock market, especially the sectors you have discussed?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's also the same question, like the war situation in 2026. So during this situation, which sector is like the strongest or the weakest during this period? You can also address this question at the same time.
I'm not sure. I think in maybe the oil sector or the sector in Thailand that use the oil as the input factor, just as the energy, there will be effect. And I think the transmission from the oil market to the stock market may be high magnitude, right?
Dr. Ahmed, question can you please repeat your question?
Actually, my question was, since we are the first quarter of the 26, so what is your source of the data for the 2026? And your time series data analysis is just for 2 years. Normally for the time series, we go more than 5 years, 10 years data comparison. So in this case, we're just doing for the 2 years, which is very short time, very small data size. Your data size is very small.
So I think because we use the 2 years data because I would like to explain the connectedness in the recent year, not on the average for 5 years or 10 years. So that's why I will use just only 2 years.
Even it's not 2 years completed. Yeah, that's why I said even it's not completed 2 years yet, as we are the first quarter of the 26. So what is your source of the data? But it's okay, never mind. Thank you. It's a very wonderful, very good work you have done where you come out to the connected, dynamic connectedness, Thai sectoral stocking this with the global financials. The last very simple question. Do you see Thailand as an emerging market or advanced market? Thailand stock market is emerging or is an advance?
Emerging market.
Is emerging
Yes.
market. Thank you. No more questions. So now I will go for the physical rooms. We go to the requesting to the Dr. Ahmadi, and he will be presenting his paper title toward resilience agricultural structure, numerical and theoretical analysis.
Yes, please go ahead.
Let me share the slides. Share.
Yeah, it's sharing.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Morning. My name is Hamid Ahmed, professor in civil engineering in Ali Mohammed University, Algeria. Today, I'm very happy to be with you, Kuala Lumpur. Today, I will speak about our work. We study functionally graded materials, FGM. Our subjects today, numerical and theoretical analysis of composites plates using equivalent style modeling. Let me present our presentation. First, I start with the introduction. Second, we look at functionally graded materials. Third, we have problem formulation. Fourth, I will explain the numerical results, and we end finally we end with the conclusion. Next, please. Functionally graded materials (FGM) are special materials where the properties change gradually from one part to another in thickness. This helps them resist high temperature, reduce stresses, and improve strength. The idea started in Japan in 1984 for a space plane that needed to handle very high heat. Today, FGM are used in engineering structures because they are stronger and more efficient than normal materials. The classical plate theory is not very helpful for FGM plates because in ignore the shear effects, while the first order shear FSDT, deformation theory, we need FSDT, needs correction factors that are not always real. In this work, a new variable plate theory is developed, providing more accurate results for deflection, displacement, and stresses. This is especially useful in agriculture sectors like greenhouses and high-weight roof, improving their strength, durability, and efficiency. Here we see an example for functionally graded materials. The figure shows how the properties of the material can change gradually from one side to the other. In the first image, the color goes from light to dark, this representing a change in density gradually. In the second image, the colors move from red to blue, showing a variation in composition. This gradual change gives the material special mechanical and thermal properties. Yes. Now we come to the problem formulation. Here we study the rectangular sandwich plate made of FGM, functionally graded materials. The plate has three layers: top, the middle, and the bottom. Top and the bottom layers change gradually in their material properties along the thickness. This variation is described by mathematical function, as shown in the figure. It helps us model how the material behaves under different conditions. Yes. Here we introduce the refined plate theory for functionally graded plates. This theory uses only four known functions which makes in similar than other shear deformation theories. The main assumptions are the displacements are small, the transverse displacements has bending and the shear parts, the normal stress in the thickness, the direction is very small, and the in-plane displacements include the extension, bending, and shear. These points help us to model the plate more accurately. Now we look at the numerical results. This table shows the center deflection of different function graded sandwich plates under mechanical and thermal loads. We can see that the deflection increase when shear deformation is higher, and also when temperature rise. The comparison between the present our present method and the SST shear deformation theory show very close value with only small differences. This confirms the accuracy of our approach. Here we see the numerical results for axial stresses across shear stresses across the thickness of the sandwich plates. The graph compares the different shear deformation theory. We can observe that our present theory match closely with the third shear deformation plate theory, while classical plate theory and the first shear deformation theory show different variations. This confirms the relevancy of our theory. For conclusion, we developed a new refined plate theory with only four variables. This theory can study the thermomechanical behavior of a plate more simply and efficiently. It satisfies the boundary conditions without correction factors and gives smooth and great results. We found that ceramic plates show that the smallest deflections, while ceramic metal plates show the largest overall. The proposed theory is both accurate and practical for analyzing functionally graded plates. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor, for a very good presentation. Any question from the audience, please? Any question?
I think
Doctor, I have just a couple of questions. Like we've been discussing, as you have discussed your whole presentation based on the FGM material. So what could be as different between the FGM and the phase change material? Phase change material.
In FGM, we have the properties are gradually changed. Constantly, all properties change gradually in the thickness.
You mean the physical properties change?
Yes.
How about the chemical properties or mechanical properties? Like in your last conclusion, you have mentioned thermomechanical properties. But you haven't has the result for the thermomechanical properties. You have only the deflections.
Our goal to answer shear deformation stresses on the on the surface, bottom and both the surfaces.
And your composite material was the ceramic. So you are using the ceramic as your composite material. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Any other question from the audience for this presentation? Okay, let's move ahead to our next presentation from the physical room. So I will be requesting Dr. The topic is 612, the paper ID ending, sustainability for implementation of NICT SME services. Please. Dr. Nurul Wafik. Nurul Wida.
Yes, but my name is Jessica.
Huh?
So I need the author, but I'm the patient.
Let me open your slides. Oh, your name is Yasmin. Ah, I see. Okay. Okay, doctor, please go ahead.
Very good. You understand? Judges, right? So my very honored to present my topic today, which is sustainability for implementation in ICT SME service firms and an empirical evidence foundation. Next is a bit biography about me. My name is Yasmin Dania Vishnu Shah. I'm a master research student at the Faculty of Technology Management and Technopreneurship from University of Technical Malaysia, Melaka. So my research focus is on technology adoption, digital transformation, and also sustainability practices. Excellent. Yeah, I will skip the abstract. So the introduction is SMEs or small and medium enterprise are essential to Malaysia. They play a major role in Malaysia and in the economy. So the service sector contributes more than 50% of GDP, which is gross domestic product. And it's important because it drives digital transformation and also somewhat other industries. So like IR4 technology, such as cloud computing, artificial intelligence, IoT, and also big data analytics, they are transforming how its business operates. Then this technology not only improve efficiency, but also support sustainability. That concept known as sustainability for very strongly. Next. These are the focus statements. There are like limited focus on ICT service SMEs. From the past research, they are more likely on manufacturing sector, but very little on services ICT SMEs. And then there are uneven technology adoption, under expert role of ICT SMEs, also lack of Malaysian empirical evidence, unclear sustainability effect, also limited view beyond evidence. Next is the research methodology. Research design, we are using quantitative survey, seeing data collection. We are doing both for online and also face-to-face. This is a probability sampling. And our sample size is 50 ICT SME images. Analyze the data using descriptive analysis. Next were the results. Very smart. But for the technology adoption, you can see here that SMEs have the higher adoption of technology rather than the micro one. So this is because that shows that company size also play a big role, further role in the business. And the most adopted technology here, if you can see, it is cloud computing, big data analytics, and also cybersecurity. SMEs adopt more technology because they have like more financial resources and better technical knowledge and also higher readiness. So the company that adopt IR4 benefits are very clear, while the micro one is a lack of knowledge and the cost is very high for them. So it is very difficult for them to adopt technologies for the micro enterprise. So it creates gap between in the digital transformation. Next one for the this one, this table is okay. This table is for the mean. So here we can see the highest mean is 4.52. It says that our company receives better feedback from customer regarding the quality of services provided. So it tells us that digital technology help improve service quality and customer satisfaction. So these are in the category of social dimension and the sustainability. So, and the lowest mean is 3.58. 3.58 is this one. Our company has minimized the overall waste generated. It's the lowest mean, and it means the environmental impact is still there, but still not as strong as the other benefits. So overall, industry RR4 has stronger impact on customer and service performance compared to environmental outcomes in ICDS. Right. So the conclusion, industry 4 is a strategic necessity, no longer optional, but it is a necessity for ICTS and its Malaysia. It is adoption gap across SME sizes. So for micro, just now I said that it has limited adoption because of high cost and also technical complexity. For SME, it has higher adoption because they have stronger resources and expertise for also the readiness of technology readiness. Then strong into sustainability 4, its impact on economic, which is higher productivity and efficiency. For social impact, better customer satisfaction and working conditions, like I said before. And also environmental impact, improve regulatory compliance, and this IR4 enables holistic sustainability outcomes. So to fully realize the benefits of sustainability 4, SMEs must accelerate digital adoption by prioritizing scalable and also cost-effective for IR solutions. And for the policymakers and agencies, should strengthen financial incentive by providing training programs and technical support, especially for micro enterprises. Industry leaders need to foster a culture of continuous innovation. And lastly, collaborative ecosystem between government and academia and industry must be enhanced to bridge the adoption gap. So the future of sustainable ICT as an innovation depends on how fast and how inclusively industry 4 technologies are adopted. That's all. I appreciate to the Ministry of Higher Education Malaysia for fully funding our research. Thank you. That's
Thank you very much, Dr. Yasmin, for your presentation. I would like the audience, if they have any question for this presentation.
As I see, I think that the title is quite overgeneralizing with a small sample size, and it shows that there are an empirical evidence from Malaysia. So I don't know whether the author can consider changes in the title and make it correct. Maybe if she wanna submit this paper to a peer review journal, the reviewer may have such concerns.
I have a similar question for you, actually. Like when we come into the methodology, your research design is a quantitative survey. Okay. So, and then also you approach to them both with hybrid way. You face-to-face distribution of the questionnaire. Okay, not interview, right? No interview. Okay, so then this actually how you collect your sample size. 50 managers, like as you say, 50 ICT managers. So how did you collect? Either they are randomly selected. Passive sampling. Okay. So these SMEs.
PI. For this paper.
Okay. So this data you collected from all over Malaysia or specific from Kuala Lumpur or Malacca? All over
Yeah.
Malaysia. Okay. Okay, so then you have the distributions of the questionnaire. Let's suppose you collected from 20 from KL, 20 from Johor, or from Penang. Okay, that's very interesting. And then some more, because your sample size is small, and then you only do the descriptive analysis. Right? Analysis descriptive for this paper only. Do you have other analysis or only this descriptive? And then you also use just Likert scale 5. Okay. Your target is also only ICT SMEs.
Yeah.
Only ICT SMEs.
Yeah.
But ICT, when this ICT industry we are discussing, they are already, because they are an ICT service provider, but they are still leaking of the technology.
They are company as small and medium enterprises.
Have you considered to go to the SciComm? Quite big, but they have all the small companies with them. Okay, that's very good. Thank you. Coming to the next presentation from the Zoom meeting. And the paper now will be the 557 because 556 already presented. Coming to the 557, and that's the exploring the causes of fraud, a decade of research and a future direction. Audi
557. Are you available? 557.
Yes, available. Exploring the causes of fraud, a decade of research and future direction.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for the opportunity given to me to present my research today. My name is Odi Prabowo, and I will present my research entitled Exploring the
Your
Causes
audio
of
is not
Fraud.
very clear. Can you put the mic near to your mouth so the audio is clear, please?
Okay, did it.
Or you talk a bit louder, please.
Hello.
Please share your slides.
Okay. Okay. Based on a report from the Association of Certified From Examiner Fraud Trends from 2016 to 2024, so the financial statement fraud result in the highest losses compared to other types. Although the number fluctuated, the losses remain significantly higher than other fraud types over time. Meanwhile, corruption saw a relatively stable loss trend, and misappropriation has the lowest loss value but occurs more frequently every year. This means that even though asset misappropriation happen more often, the biggest financial impact come from financial statement fraud. Therefore, it's important to further examine the causes of fraud, especially in the context of financial reporting and prevention strategies. In this study, we use systematic literature review combined with bibliometric analysis to examine the development of fraud research over the past decade. The data we are collected from the Scopus database using published surveys based on specifically keywords related to fraud. The selected data we are analyzed using FastViewer for keyword mapping and Microsoft Excel for descriptive analysis and publication trends. Saidi and Uthman suggest the following 5 steps. First, determining the research topic. Second, formulating research question. Third, article search and selection. Fourth, thematic analysis and conceptualization. Five, finding and comparing research result. The following research questions are proposed in this study. Research question 1, how have research trends on the causes of fraud evolved over the past decade? Research question 2, what are the characteristics of the research based on author demography, article, and research location or context? Research question 3, what pattern and future research direction related to the causes of fraud can be identified from bibliometric mapping? The article selection process in this study was conducted systematically using the Prisma method to ensure the quality relevance of the source used. Based on figure, the article selection process followed the Prisma method. Initially, 99 articles were identified from the Scopus database. After removing duplicates and screening based on the criteria, significantly number of articles were excluded. The remaining article then went through full text review and to ensure their relevance and competence. In the final stage, 28 articles were selected and included in this study. The process saw the selection was conducted rigorously to ensure the quality and relevance of the analyzed article. Research trend, the trend analysis article was conducted to show the distribution of the number of articles used in this study based on their year of publication. Based on figure, the number of articles used in this study saw fluctuating trend over time. In the early years, the number of publications was relatively low, but it gradually increased in the following years. The highest number of articles was found in the most recent year, indicating a significantly growth in research on fraud, which suggests that the topic of fraud gained increasing attention, and most of the references used in this study are recent and up to date. Article overview. Based on figure, most of the articles in this study are written by 3 authors, followed by 4 and 2 authors. This shows that research on fraud is mostly conducted to collaboratively rather than individually. It also indicated that studying fraud requires the different perspective and expertise from multiple research. Distribution of research area. The analysis of the geographical distribution of research was conducted to identify the regions that serve as the primary focus in the study on the causes of fraud. Based on figure, research on the causes of fraud is dominated by Indonesia, followed by Malaysia, while other countries contribute only a small number of study. The indicated that fraud research is still considered in certain regions, particularly in Indonesia. It also highlights opportunities for future research to explore more diverse geographical contexts. Network visualization. Thus, figure the research on the causes of fraud is grouped into the 3 main clusters. Cluster 1 focus on corruption, driven by pressure, opportunity, and rationalization within organizational context. Cluster 2 relates to asset misappropriation, which arises from weak internal control and individual behavior factor. Meanwhile, cluster 3 discusses financial statement fraud influenced by financial pressure, management incentive, and monitoring weakness. Overall, this cluster saw the fraud is solved not only by individually factor but also organizational and environmental condition. Next, the overall visualization. So that fraud research continues to evolve with emerging topics related to culture, technology, and the interaction of internal and external factors. The finding indicate the many areas and explored. Therefore, this study proposed future research question in three main areas: corruption, asset misappropriation, and financial system fraud. Overall, the highlight the need for future research to develop more effective fraud prevention strategies. Conclusion, implication, this paper find that the research of fraud process has come along in less and bonds during 2016 to 2025, but in relation to the quantity of publication and for topics reviewed, the result revealed that the study of fraud has grown multidisciplinary, analyzing from accounting, finance perspective, as well as governance and organizational behavior views. The increase in the number of publications demonstrate that fraud is still an issue and it is considerable importance for both academic and practitioner. Thank you.
Thank you for your presentation. Can I quickly check your Prisma diagram again, please? Can you go to the slides of the Prisma diagram? Actually too small. Can you make it larger? It's really not visible. Based on the figure, the identification stage 99 article duplicates. So what is your final number? 28 papers.
28.
So total you have a 28 number of the articles to study and discuss about the fraud causes. Am I correct? My question is, can you unmute yourself, please? My question is, because you are discussing about the fraud, are you discussing about the digital scams frauds, or you are discussing about the frauds happening in the government level, as you mentioned, and your understandings and your results? The corruptions are one of the cause, and the asset misappropriation is the one of the cause. So are you discussing the digital scams, digital frauds? Okay, or you are discussing the government level corruptions?
I am focused corruption, asset misappropriation, and financial statement fraud, no digital scam.
So I didn't see any of your result discussing about the digital scam. What is the current level of digital scam in the country? You are from Indonesia? Kindly unmute yourself, please. Yes. So because you did, and your whole this systematic literature review, plus you are using the two methodologies, systematic literature review as well as the bibliometric analysis. So you have to revise your title again to reclarify, okay, by using the systematic literature review and the bibliometric analysis, because or the dual methodologies you are using. First, you have to rephrase your title. Secondly, your answers are not consistent and relevant to your title. Your title, which you are trying to discuss about the digital scams happening across either your country or across globally. So you are not very sure whether you are concentrate on a certain level of the digital scams in Indonesia, or you are generally discussing the digital scam. But if you are generally discussing the digital scam, the number of paper 28 is a very small number because your title is 2 journal. And then when we see the number of the articles, it's just only 28. So you have to refocus again your keywords.
Okay, thank you for suggestion. Really appreciate your input.
From your board, this
and-
systematic literature review, could you just give me one answer? What is the current level of the digital scams in Indonesia per year? Did you determine this question answer? So let me clarify too, one of the key purpose whenever we conducting the systematic literature review to identify the key question which is in our mind. Let's suppose you are trying to explore the digital scams or the frauds, especially in your territory and your country. So you may find the answer from your literature review, which you might not able to find because you are discussing about the corruption. This corruption, you are talking about either the government level corruption, you're talking about the fraud and the government level frauds, or what misappropriation of the funds in the private or the government companies. So therefore, your titles and your understandings, your findings, it's not consistent. So you have to rechange the things again, or you reshape your titles with your findings. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
These are very
Going for
good
the-
questions, and you need to incorporate these comments in your paper before submitting it to any peer review journal.
Yes, from Hassanuddin Makassar, my favorite university in Indonesia.
Good.
Okay, going to the next presentation, digital payments without structural transformation. Going
567, 567.
Yeah, correct. And Dr. Dhoni.
567.
Yeah, Dhoni
Right.
is here. Dhoni
Yeah.
Sultan.
Wait a second. I will share my presentation now.
Digital payment without structural transformations. Okay, that's very good. Let's see what you are trying to bring us.
Okay. Could you see my presentation?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, my name is Dhoni I'm student at Ubaya. My executive summary is my objective is examining the relationship between digital payment adoption and provincial economic growth in Indonesia. As moderator investigating of if this relationship is conditioned by labor informality within the regional labor market. Oh, okay. The main result of my research is direct effect of digital payment are weak, but the interaction within informality is significantly positive. Okay. Introduction context. Digital finance is expanding rapidly across developing nations, especially Indonesia. Digital payment represents the most visible operational layer of digital finance, but in my research, I use digital payment. In Indonesia, provide unique setting due to rapid growth amidst high regional heterogeneity. Significant disparities exist in labor informality, internet penetration, and financial debt across provinces. So, I make this research gap. The literature explains digital payment and growth, but rarely tests whether labor informality changes that relationship across provinces, especially within a single emerging economy. Existing studies focus either on average growth effect or financial inclusion separately, but in this study, connect digitalization to the formal-informal divide through national evidence. My key research question is, do digital payment matter equally for growth everywhere, or do they matter more under certain labor market condition? So my research hypothesis is digital payment adoption is positively associated with provincial economic growth, and second hypothesis is the positive association becomes stronger as labor informality increases. This is my conceptual framework. The control is education, internet penetration, financial debt, IMK structure, establishment, and employment. My methodology, my design is province level panel study, and I use balance panel of 34 provinces. My period is 2020 and until 2023. My observation, 136 province year data points. My estimation used two-way fixed effects, and I use robustness province cluster robust standard error. My model is interaction model to capture heterogeneous effect. This is data and variable I use. My dependent variable is GRDP per capita growth, and independent variable is log observer-based electronic money transaction, moderator provincial labor informatics share, and structural control is education, internet penetration, financial debt, and INK structure. This is my main empirical research. In digital payment coefficient is not significant, but in interaction coefficient is highly significant. The key finding is digital payment do not show a uniform growth effect, but their relevance increases under higher labor informality. This is marginal effect visualization. The effect of digital payment rises as labor informality increases. At high informality level, the effect becomes positively significant. This is my robustness checks, excluding Jakarta. The interaction remain positive and significant, and non-Java subsample. Result remain consistent, but in the system GMM, the effect is weakened. Highlight that causality should be interpreted with caution. The conclusion is the conditional relationship is robust across spatial check. Okay, this is my scientific limitation. Because short-term frame panel period just 2020 until 2023 may not capture long-term structural shift. The proxy constraint digital payment capture specifically visual server-based e-money. Micro mechanism, the dataset cannot directly observe household or firm level behavioral changes. Causal claim evidence primarily supports conditional associational within a fixed effect frameworks. Conclusion, digital payment are not universally growth enhancing on average. The relevance is conditional by labor informality, serving as a critical structural factor in Indonesia's subnational economy. Thanks for my suggestion. There is a question.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Can I go to your methodology again, please?
Yeah. This is methodology.
Okay, you are collecting your data from 2000 to 2023, panel data, that's okay. Then 136 provinces a year data provinces. So, okay, what I can see, your title versus your findings, your methodology is a little bit inconsistent. Digital payment, what exactly your digital payment are you discussing about? What kind of a digital payment? Can you go to your research problem, please?
Yeah.
Do digital payment better quickly for growth because this one is a very general question. So you are not focusing, you are collecting the panel data from where? From Indonesia. Your panel data sources?
My data resources is from BPS Indonesia.
Sorry?
My data resources from Bureau Statistic of Indonesia from 34 provinces.
From?
Bureau Statistic of Indonesia. You can
how did you collect from 136 provinces the panel data?
Indonesia collect the data every year from 2020 until 2023. So I can find it in the internet of Indonesia because the Bureau of Statistics Indonesia always collect it every year. And in the 2025, there is no data because the Department of Statistics Indonesia didn't appear it.
When you choose the year of 2020 to 2023, that was the era of the COVID-19. Did you see any inconsistency between the digital payments during this area has increased a lot? And then you are talking about without structural transformation. So what exactly you are describing here?
Yeah, I know because the COVID is the boost of digital payment in Indonesia. So I use two-way fixed effort. Two-way fixed effort, the model, because the data are structured as province level panel data. And the research aim to isolate within province variation over time while controlling for time invariant provincial heterogeneity and common year specific shocks.
What
Province fixed
actually I can see, like now you go to your research framework, your problem statement as go on with it, with your objective, and even the title itself, the whole, these things, there are few inconsistencies in your title goes to the problem statement objective and the framework. So I will
Okay.
just suggest to you better look at it again, okay?
Okay, thanks. Thanks for the
There
advice.
are several inconsistencies due to the time shortage. I cannot go one by one, but what I can see, there are several inconsistencies between your title, problem statement, objective. You are trying to achieve something else, but your framework is telling you something else, and then methodology is telling you something else. So there are several inconsistencies.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, thank you very much. We will go to the next presentation.
Okay.
Okay,
A
good.
hybrid machine learning framework for making provincial prison overcapacity risk.
568.
568.
568 is 1122. This is.
I think Noor Diana.
Are you available?
Yeah, I think I can see the name Noor Diana. Hello, Noor.
Diana. Are you available?
Yeah, he is available. I can see online his name in the screen.
Noor Diana. I can't see it. Where is it? Noor Diana. Noor Diana.
Yeah, he's here.
Can you please share your screen if you want to present your paper here?
Okay, thank you. My name is Nur Diansyah. I'm from Universitas di Pamakassar for Indonesia. This research is a collaboration between the universities across two countries, Indonesia and Malaysia. I will explain my research with the term a hybrid machine learning framework for mapping provincial prison capital risk and policy oriental planning. Way of capital must be viewed as a system level governance problem. Intimate inflow request grow fast the corporation capital expansion. Crime instancy, national relations and judicial transport join the institution trust. Precision overcrowding, reduction operational stability, health, practical and rehabilitation effectiveness. Result gap 1, primality station indicator assessment is of that based on occupation or the single matrix. Result gap 2, limited multivariant integration among crime and narcotica chess and judicial dynamic are not full presented. Result gap 3, lack of concurrency receptionist resumption, transitional profits and overlapping risk partner remain difficult to indefinitely. Research objective 1, map provincial over capital risk and integrate multivariate indicator. 3. Capture on uncertainty and transitional per. 4. Super data-driven correction planning. Result novelty contribution. This research contribution to affected how we model and map prison applicability risk, incorporation, untrained and multidimensional factors. 1. Integritas cross-sector indicator. I was PCA for later structural expansion, PC for probability risk segmentation, and for spectral risk zone and traditional profit detection. Result framework, data interaction, multi-score indication, processing, cleaning, and harmonization, standardization, score screening, PCI factor excision, push admin, soft clustering, and risk mapping specific intervention. Profession present that the data for analysis in independent alignment. 2. Mission file handling, contextual checking, and SZ for standardization. Principal component analysis, reduction dimension, and address multi-collinearity. 1. Reduction data demands. 2. Address multi-collinearity. 3. Maintain domain variance. 4. Output for clustering. Evaluation matrix. Explain version. Measure the proportion of variant explained by its previsible component in PCI. Fast present confident. Measure the quality of the funds clustering resolved by calculation the drag of membership. 3. Artificial entropy. Measure the degree of entropy or functioning in the clustering solution. 4. CB index validation the fast participant by assessment the compression and separation of the clustering. Key resolution PCI and clustering validation. Scale plot, visual the explain variant of PCP file component to determine the optimal number of component. 2. Cluster validity, osmometry like fast partition. 2. Evaluation the quality of the clustering solution. 3. Optimal clustering solution based of the validity index determining the ideal number of clustering to responsive risk profile. Key result risk cluster. Cluster 1, high risk cluster with high accomplish, high crash rate, and suffer narcation related offenses. Cluster 2, medium risk cluster with moderate accomplish and crime rate but low narcation pressure. Cluster 3, low risk cluster with low accomplish crime and natural relation offenses. Cooperation and policy implementation. Policy implementation, the studies finding and can get policy decision by intervening increase profits request accurate inversion and informed resolution allocation. Furthermore, temporal modeling and fin spatial scan analysis are key to improve risk pression of time. For me, thank you. As for the discussion NBA session, it will continue with my professor, Associate Professor Muhammad Faisal Tama. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. On the topic of the hybrid machine learning framework. What I can see from your result, at the end of your findings, you are suggesting the different clustering risk for the high risk, moderate risk, and the low risk of the criminals people. So because globally, the system is already adopted in many countries and many prisons, similar model is implemented. So what the new you are proposing here?
Well,
This,
thank you.
such model is already been implemented in many countries and many prisons and many cities. So what the new you are proposing in your study?
Okay. Well, thank you for the host, yeah, for the question. I would like to try to answer the question regarding my novelty for my research that we try to combine some methodology to get the good better result by combining multi-category spacing in make build the weighting process output from the decision making will be used in the clustering process. So all indicator that we have collect just use to measure to calculate from the professional institution, professional person institution.
Technically, actually, what I'm understanding, you are basically proposing the rating system.
Sorry?
So what is my understanding now? So basically, you are proposing the rating system for the prisoners, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I think we propose to how to make the result, yeah, based on the machine learning, yeah, so that the distribution the actor of crime can be put in the based on the clustering, yeah, in 3 cluster.
Yeah, but that's what I said, that the 3 clusters which you have at result has been discussed. Such 3 clusters already exist in many and everywhere. So what is the new here? That's what I'm asking. What is new in this study? What is the different you are proposing? But okay, never mind. Thank you very much for a very good presentation.
Welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Now we will be going ahead to the next presentation. 570 is artificial intelligence a job sources of a strain and show thing low. I think the presenter is
570. Are you
Hello,
available?
everyone can hear me?
Yes,
yes.
yes,
Yes,
You're
okay,
audible.
thank you. I will share my screen.
yes, please.
Wait for a moment. Thank you. Okay, can you guys see us?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, let's start. And good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. The key idea of our study is actually quite simple. AI is not always experienced in the same way. For some employees, AI is a helpful resource that improves efficiency and supports work. But for others, it can become a source of pressure, uncertainty, and psychological strain. So rather than asking whether AI is good or bad in general, we ask a more practical question. Under what perceptions does AI function as a job resource, and under what perceptions does it become a job demand? And I am Zhao Ting Liu, and this is our research team, and this is Ethan Song, the third author. And our study has two main goals. First, we want to examine whether AI can function as both a job demand and a job resource. Second, we want to understand whether work from home changes these relations. So overall, we focus on how different perceptions of AI may lead to different employee outcomes. And nowadays, AI is becoming part of everyday work, especially in the technology industry. On one hand, it helps employees work faster and more efficiently. For example, AI can support coding, data analysis, or content generation. But on the other hand, it may also create pressure. Some employees may worry about being replaced or judged unfairly. So the same technology can be seen as either helpful or stressful. To explain this tension, we use the JDR model because it allows us to examine both performance-related benefits and strength-related costs at the same time. And most AI studies focus on adoption and efficiency, but the missing link is how employees perceive AI. That is why we ask whether AI leads to burnout or engagement, and whether WFH changes these effects. To address this question, we designed a two-way survey study targeting full-time employees in the technology industry in Taiwan, particularly those working in high AI adoption environments. We use two waves mainly to reduce common error variance through temporal separation. For the analysis, we apply SEN to test the overall conceptual model and hierarchical regression to further examine the moderation effect of WFH. So the design of this study allows us to test both the direct pathways and the more conditional effects in the model. And let's welcome Ethan Song.
Hi, I'm the third author, Ethan Song. So I'm going to talk about the proposal conceptual model. This is a call for our study, so I would like to spend a little more time on the slide. We use the job demands resource model, which explains the workplace condition usually influence employee through two major processes. The first is the health impairment process. In our study, we employees see AI as a threat, like they feel AI may replace them or reduce control or make them more uncertain. So AI becomes the job demand. That demand may increase burnout, and burnout may reduce job performance. The second is the motivational process. When employees see AI as an opportunity, such as helping them work faster or learning new skill, or when they see AI as a fair, AI becomes a job resource. This positive perception can increase digital engagement, meaning employees become more active, involved, and willing to use digital tools, which then improve job performance. We also include WFH as a moderator. We believe that working from home may weaken some negative effect, like AI threat leading to burnout, and may also strengthen some positive effect, like AI opportunities leading to digital engagement. So the key idea is very simple. Is AI itself is not always good or bad. What really matters is how employee perceive it. Although we don't have empirical result yet, this model still suggests several important implications. We suggest that AI implementation does not automatically improve performance. Employee reaction will depend on whether AI is seen as threatening, useful, or fair. Finally, work from home is also important. I think work from home may help reduce burnout and increase engagement because it provides greater time flexibility and may also reduce some social pressure in the workplace. So to conclude, the study propose a framework for understanding the dual role of AI in the workplace. Using the ZDR model, we suggest that AI perception may function as either a job demand or a job resource, depending on employee perception. We also consider work from home as an important conceptual factor. We hope this study can contribute to the ZDR model and AI perception in organization practice. And we are welcome to all suggestions and comments because we're still working on it and we are not good in English. So it's not our mother language. So thanks all your attention.
Thank you very much for the very good conceptual paper actually. May I confirm this is just a conceptual paper, right?
Conceptual.
Is it a research paper or a
No, it's more to the conceptual paper.
It's in working.
Okay,
It's
you are
still working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a framework and conceptual paper. We call it a conceptual model. In your paper, you are discussing a brilliant conceptual model, which now you are incorporating the AI, especially with the burnout, kind of a new concept, kind of a new conceptual model. I really like your concept you are proposing here. So
Thank you.
burnout, yeah, the conceptual paper, the concept you are proposing is very good, incorporating the AI threat, especially AI opportunity, AI fairness. So how do you define or how do you support your conceptual model with the literature review? Because I personally believe that there won't be much literature you find, especially when it's come to the AI threat yet. There are some working out. So how you are supporting your conceptual model with a literature review? That's my question. I like your conceptual model. It's very good. It's a new thing. You are supporting, you're proposing something AI threat with the burnout. Very interesting. And okay, you are also adding your work from home model and your models. Let's me ask the question, how you are supporting your model with the literature review?
Thanks your question, first of all. And we find some study about AI is about to replace us, and we are going to have some pressure. So we would like to connect these two. So in our literature review, we have a lot of negative effect about the AI affect us. So I hope I answered the question.
And we will ask our professor for more suggestion.
That's your question. Actually, that's not the literature support. So what I can understand at the moment, because there are a lot of studies are ongoing, especially AI and this sector, okay, in the job performance, there are a lot of studies. So you might be finding it very difficult to support your conceptual model, but it's somehow like you might be, because when, see, after this, it's not only your job demand resources model. When you are going to establish your questionnaire, you are facing a lot of difficulty because so far we don't have a skill. You won't find a skill. Do you have any prepared skill from any other previous literature review which been tested? Well, I suppose you're able to come out for the skill. You might be among the few people who are working on the AI threat skills. You understand my questions?
Sorry, it means speed.
Skill mean the questionnaire, the instrument. Because in the future you are going to adopt, you are going to conduct a quantitative analysis.
So you need to collect the data through the scale. You know, there need to be a scale.
Oh, yeah, the scales. Oh,
so that's why I said.
Oh, okay.
when you have a lack of the literature review, so it will be very difficult for you to design the instrument. So when it's difficult to design the instrument, it will be also another challenge for you to establish the questionnaire. So you need to recheck again your variables.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, a second, my last suggestion is, since your title is very big, okay, if you look at the title is artificial, this is the question, and also you're adding the whole your theories, AI perception, job demand, your all variables. Try to make it shrink, try to make it more focused, and just add conceptual model and your title. So it will be easy for the reader. Okay, you are just discussing the conceptual model and, and support your conceptual model with the literature review.
Okay, thank you for your suggestion.
Okay, we are going to the second last presentation. If I'm not mistaken, 590, the behavioral mechanism, Dr. Rinaya.
590. 590. Let me check.
I can see participant is online, and the paper title is the behavioral mechanism linking perceived corporate social responsibility, CSR, employee well-being.
Yes, sir, I'm here. Just 1 second so I can upload. Is the screen visible?
Yes, that's
Yes,
visible.
yes.
Okay, so good morning, everyone. My name is Rania Blaidi. I'm a PhD student in Ibn Tufayl University in Morocco. Today, I will present a conceptual study examining the behavioral mechanisms linking perceived corporate social responsibility and employee well-being, with a focus on the mediating role of organizational citizenship behavior. The objective of this research is to understand how employees respond to corporate social responsibility and how this response affects their well-being. Briefly, I'm a PhD student, as I mentioned, and my research focuses on corporate social responsibility, organizational behavior, and employee well-being. I am particularly interested in micro-level CSR, which examines how CSR influences employees at the individual level. So this study explores how perceived CSR, or corporate social responsibility, influences on employee well-being. While CSR has been widely studied, there is still a gap in understanding the mechanisms that explain this relationship. To address this, the study proposes that organizational citizenship behavior, or OCB, acts as a key behavioral mechanism. In other words, CSR influences how employees behave, and these behaviors contribute to their well-being. Corporate social responsibility is no longer a strategic or ethical practice. It has become an important factor shaping employee experience and workplace dynamics. Recent research shows a shift from macro-level CSR focuses on organizations toward micro-level CSR focuses on employees. In this context, understanding how CSR affects employee well-being has become increasingly important. So, despite extensive research on CSR, most studies focuses on external outcomes such as financial performance or reputation. However, this is limited attention to employees and their experiences. More importantly, the mechanisms explaining how CSR influences employees are not clearly understood. This leads to the central research question is, how does CSR influence employees' well-being? So this study adopts a conceptual research design. It is based on a integrative literature review of CSR, organizational citizenship behavior, and employee well-being. The framework is grounded in two main theories: the social exchange theory, which explains reciprocity, and social identity theory, which explain identification. The objective is to develop a conceptual model rather than test it empirically. This slide presents the core contribution of the study. The model proposed that perceived CSR positively influences organizational citizenship behavior. When employees perceive their organization as socially responsible, they are more likely to engage in pro-social and voluntary behaviors. These behaviors contribute to a supportive and positive work environment, which enhances employee well-being. Therefore, organizational citizenship behavior acts as a mediating mechanism linking CSR and well-being. This model suggests that CSR acts as a psychological signal to employees. Employees interpret CSR as a sign that the organization is ethically and supportive. In response, they engage in positive behaviors such as helping colleagues and supporting the organization. These behaviors improve the social environment at work, which ultimately enhances the well-being. So behavior explains how CSR influences employees. In conclusion, this study shows that CSR does not directly influence well-being. Instead, its impact is indirect, operating through behavioral mechanisms, particularly organizational citizenship behavior. This highlights the importance of considering employee behavior when studying CSR. The proposed framework also provides a foundation for future empirical research. Thank you very much for your attention, and I will be happy to answer all your questions.
Thank you very much for your conceptual model paper. I will be having a same question from you as well, because since it's a very short presentation, maybe the time limitation, but I hardly see your conceptual models support with the literature review.
Sorry, I did not hear you.
My question is, you did not support your conceptual model with the literature review. Why?
I did not support the conceptual. No, the conceptual model was based on the literature review.
Is based on the literature review, but I hardly see any support. When we are talking about the conceptual support, it means that whatever you are discussing in this paper and this title and your presentation, for specifically you have to mention that this results coming from XYZ author, XYZ authors. So because you are not owning these results is from you, correct? You did not conduct any experimental testing yet. Second, my question is, okay, when you are doing a conceptual framework where you have adding this one, the organizational citizen behavior as a mediator, right? Is as a mediator working, right?
Sorry?
How the well-being of the employees by gender equal effect. Did you consider that in your conceptual model?
No, based on gender, I did not.
You did not,
the
right?
Well-being based on the gender of the employees.
Yeah.
No, that was not specified. No, that wasn't specified.
That's what I'm going to suggest for you.
Sorry, again?
I mean, this is what I'm going to suggest for you. Since you are working on the conceptual model paper, at the same time, you can also look onto the effects of the genders on the well-being when there is the implementation of the CSR.
Okay, so I should specify between the two genders.
Yes, when you have the organizational citizenship behavior of the employee, so these employees are also have two genders. Okay, gender to gender, the psychology tells us the effects will be different.
Maybe for future researchers, we will specify how the response is going to be based on a
the same conceptual model. You can read once again by look onto the other matter as well.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
No other
Thank
question.
you very much.
If anyone has a question, please. Okay, now we will be going to our last presentation, and I will be requesting the 598 dynamic. This is the same, I think, the one discussed above. No, it's different. Volatility spell or across the stock on the precious metal market. So now in this paper, you are discussing about the metal market. The author is the Chai with. Hello.
Okay. Let me share my screen.
Sure. The first one was the Thai sectoral stock exchange. Here you are discussing about the return volatility spell over across the metal, precious metal.
Okay. Good morning. The title name is the dynamic connectedness and return volatility spillover across stock and precious metal market. So nowadays, the development infrastructure across the country has expanded significantly, not only in the real sector, but also in the financial sector. So right now, investors are able to invest in global easily, and they will have the linkage or connectedness between the market. Okay, so therefore, to understand the linkage, or I mean the intra and or interlinkage between the asset will be more important to make the investment decision. And many studies have examined the financial market connectedness across the many assets, such as the equity market, bond market, foreign exchange rate, or cryptocurrency, commodity, and precious metal. But the foreign exchange market, which is recorded as the highest average daily trading volume, but it is the exchange market is driven by the international trade. So I think that it's not for the trading as the same the oil market. It will be the same that they just use for the production. So the investor maybe not invest in that market much. I mean for their investment. This study will aim to examine the return and volatility spillover across the stock market and the precious metal market by using the time varying parameter vector auto-regression model that enable to measurement the dynamic connectedness and spillover effect over the time. So we use the 15 financial assets, include the gold, silver, and 13 equity market in both advanced and emerging market, and we use just only 2 years data, to estimate the return and the shock spillover. And this is the variable that we use in this study. That we have the precious metal which is gold and silver, and the advanced market in the stock market and also the emerging market. Okay. So this is the summary, the statistic. So from this summary result, so we can see that we have the average return that is the highest in the I mean these two assets, silver and gold, okay, have the highest positive return, while the Philippines and Thai stock market, we have the negative average return in these two recent years. And for the market that have the highest volatility are the silver market, Hong Kong, and Japan market. Okay. The methodology that we use is the time varying parameter vector autoregressive model that can capture about the connectedness and the spillover across the market. And we have the equation and the model that on the screen. Okay, so just keep it one. But the result that we're finding is, so I will go to the chapter. This is the return estimation. So we just look at the effect of the previous return to the current return. Okay, and we can see that the US market is the highest to the effect return spill over to the Hong Kong equity market. That because they have a lot of technology stock market during these 2 years that the company that listed in the Hong Kong market, which are the outperform. For example, the Tencent, Alibaba, Dubai, that are listed in the Hong Kong stock market. That's why we have the previous return from the equity that affect to the Hong Kong market. And the finding also suggests that the return spillover are stronger within the advanced equity market than between the advanced and the emerging equity market. Okay, and no significant return spillover from the US market to the precious metal market. Okay. And table 4 here also, let me check this one. So the next we'll talk about the connectedness. Okay, for the connectedness, we have from the own connectedness. Okay, so for the own connectedness, the emerging market displayed relatively high sensitivity to their own shocks. Okay, so we just see that from the red one. Okay, that I have the rectangle on the red one. So we can see that the Vietnam, Philippines, Thai, and Malaysia have the relatively high sensitivity to their own shock, while the advanced market, only China and the US equity market that have their high sensitivity to their own shock. The finding will explain that why emerging market tend to pay more limited role as the transmitter and receiver compared to advanced market. The advanced market demonstrate the substantial two-way connectedness, both transmitting and receiving shock among themselves, whereas the emerging market are characterized by higher own contributions and relatively low cross-market spillover. So investment in the advanced market requires more careful consideration of the external market condition. And for the silver and gold market, they approximately 50% of the forecast early variance is explained by their own shock, and the rest 50% from the outside of the market. So next is the blue one. Okay, that the blue one here. So that means they explain the transmission of the return shocks. So you can see that the US market, this one, we have the highest transmitter of the return shock to other market, about 114%, followed by the UK and the France. For the emerging market, they exhibit lower level of return shock transmission compared to the advanced market. And the last one that we have see that is the yellow one, right? The yellow one here. So we will talk about the net connectedness, that this market is net transmitter or net receiver. So the US equity market is identified as the dominant net sender or net transmitter to the return shocks, with the transmission value about 80%, followed by the UK, France, and Hong Kong. And that these three market or four market, right, also the advanced market. For the emerging market, only Thailand that acts as the net sender, that is the positive number here. Right, we have the positive number, that is the net sender. And for the rest, net receiver. Okay, that also include the precious metal market here, that also the net receiver. So if you invest in the net receiver market, you have to concern more about the external factor from other market than the net sender market. Okay. And this one will be the graph show the net.
You have 2 more minutes, so please conclude it. Thank you.
Okay. So this one is show the net connectedness that vary over time from 2024 to 2025. So for example, if this one, the US market here, so you can see that it is clearly that it is the net sender or net transmitter. Okay. And at the other country or other asset, you can just look at the graph. Okay. And that's all for this paper. Any questions? Thank you.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Because you have already discussed similar study earlier with the different materials. So thank you. No question from my side for this presentation.
Thank you.
Anyone has a question for this presentation?
I think there may be no questions from the other participants. If any question, please come forward.
So this is all about for today's session. We have a 2 round of the session. The first was majorly discussing about the engineering and technology, where the second session was majorly discussing about the social science, including the business and management subject. As for the all presentation, I would like to express my appreciation to the all presenters. Very good presentation. Most of the research are very knowledgeable. The others are well informed when they are going to present. So we all appreciate their presentation. Very interesting work they have defended today in their presentations. So, and the question answer session was also very satisfactory. Most of the presenters, they are well aware of the questions and they answers very satisfactorily. So quite happy session and interesting. We will be ending the session. If any other presenter who left behind and we couldn't announce yet, I guess so. No, there are 2 absent, I think. They didn't
Yeah,
present it.
two absent. Yeah, two absent, and they are not available on the screen. I think maybe they already sent their video, pre-recorded video for the YouTube channel, which where later I'm sharing the link to the channel.
Okay, so our physical room, the participants who are joining us physically, we will be distributing our certificates to them.
Yeah,
for
so please you
successfully
also
presenting.
announce the best paper for the physical and the online as well as a chair.
Actually, the physical presentation, all the presentations were very good. It's not easy to find excellent, but I would suggest the physical, the excellent presenter or which you have supposed to send them the excellent certificates. The first one I'm recommending the paper titled Correlation Between Physical Properties and Mechanical Properties, where he been discussing the physical innovative material, and I'm suggesting this paper for the excellent presentation.
Which paper ID? Sorry.
592.
592.
Yes.
Okay.
Congratulations to you.
Congratulations, doctor. And can you please also tell us about
Because
the
this
online?
paper involved a lot of experimental as well as the numerical analysis. So that's why some papers who are just based on the mechanical numerical analysis or conceptual paper or no. So that's we said there are criteria to select. So the first paper is this one, and the second excellent paper I'm selecting from the last title we have discussed 598 dynamic connectedness and return volatility.
Okay, this is from online. Okay.
The last paper 598. Congratulations to you.
Congratulations. It's good. And yes, I hope that today's participants were happy in this session and you enjoyed this session, which was physical and online as well. I really observed and having a great experience by observing all these presentation. And all the presenters I observed having very good research ideas and very good achievable objectives with the good methodologies and theoretical frameworks. But is the questions and the suggestion, the questions were asked by the session chair, Dr. Ahmed, and suggestions provided for the improvements. I think these were quite good suggestions. And the authors, I think I recommend them to incorporate all these suggestions in your papers. And then later you can submit it to a peer-reviewed journal. And I hope you will receive a very good response from the reviewers and the editor as well in any good peer review journal. Those were very good suggestions from the session chair, and yes, you can include it in your paper by editing it. And here I am sharing the information. As I said, that some of the participants were unable to present and they sent their pre-recorded presentations to our YouTube channel. Here is the link what I'm sending here in the chat box. You can check, and you can also check that today's
Doctor,
session.
I will interrupt you. In the physical rooms, we will be distributing the certificates among them. Okay, and then we have our closing remarks.
Okay, thank you so much. Sir. Can you please take a pictures for us in the physical room?
I think you can see us alive.
Okay, good. You also please take some pictures, okay, in the physical room. Okay, so at the same time as they are busy in the distribution ceremony, I am sharing here some of the very important information you may need in future. That's the YouTube channel link. And another is our email. You can email our team by sending email to info@iiarp.org. This is very important email. You need to note it for the future correspondence regarding your papers or regarding proceedings, other things. You will also receive your soft copies of the proceedings and certificates from this or one up or another Gmail account. And I'm also sharing my own contact here if you want to add it. And later, if you have any questions regarding the paper submissions to the journals and other information you need regarding the conference, you can add this WhatsApp number, which is very important for you. Add this number, and you will receive the information regarding your papers, your manuscript, or other things you need. This is a very important number. You need to add this on WhatsApp if you are using WhatsApp. If you don't have WhatsApp, then you need to contact this email I share in the chat box. Is it clear for everyone? Online participants? Do you hear me, online participant? Is it clear?
Yeah. I'm here.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. So every information I sent in the chat box, and now it's the time for a group photo. Please open your cameras with the smiley faces. Can we take a group photo with the open cameras? Thank you. Few more. Thank you. Yeah, few more, please. Yeah, please. Okay, please. One more if you don't want, it's okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Good. Thank you. Okay. Okay, the online participant, you can leave if you want to leave. And here in the meantime is a certificate distribution ceremony you can see live from the physical room.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Ahmed.
Thank you. And you can leave if you want to leave. Have a good day, and I hope you enjoyed the session. See you in the next session.
Thank you. And now for the physicals, we will be proceeding with our lunch.
Thank you.
Okay, so please proceed with your lunch and have a good day, all the participants, including online and offline participants. We will be closing the Zoom session. So I don't know if you have any questions. I'm here, and if you have question in the future, I already shared my contact. You can contact through this WhatsApp number.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Ahmed, so I'm leaving. Yeah, he already left, and thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye-bye.